While the world is remembering the late Bob Saget for his famous role in Full House, his wife, Kelly Rizzo, has the most precious moments to remember him by.
Overall, of what an amazing person he was, whether people knew him or didn't know him.
Their love story is one for the ages. She came into his life when he thought he'd never find love again, but sadly their time together was cut short. Bob's first wife was Sherri Kramer. She'd been his high school sweetheart, and they'd met when they were both just 17 years old. After getting married, the couple had 3 daughters together, and Bob could not have been a more proud father. "The best thing I've done, the highest thing in my whole life, is my daughters," he shared about his girls. Unfortunately, after 15 years of marriage, the couple split. While not much is known about why they chose to get a divorce, the one thing we do know is that the actor was left utterly heartbroken by it. In fact, he didn't believe he would find love again.
I don't know if it's ever happened here.
He thought he'd already had his one great love and he didn't expect it to come around again. So there was a part of him that accepted being alone. However, Bob could not have been more wrong. In fact, love was just one direct message away on social media. The comedian connected with travel blogger Kelly Rizzo via Instagram in 2015. She recounted their love story on TikTok for all of her followers, explaining, "He saw my Instagram and he's like, oh, it's not all selfies and bikinis. Like, she actually does stuff. She has this food show and travel show. She seems interesting." So Bob decided to do some digging and decided to speak to a friend of his who was familiar with Kelly. He asked his friend what kind of person she was, and his friend gladly shared that Kelly was really nice. It turns out that Rizzo was actually given a heads up that Bob was going to reach out to her, and at first, she didn't know how she was supposed to feel about it. She was in her mid-30s at the time, and Bob was close to his 60s. But Bob knew she was a food and travel blogger, so he knew just the perfect way to take her on a first date and made sure it was an irresistible offer. Kelly admitted, "I was like, I don't know about that." And then he sent this. He said, "Hey, want to come to a show of mine, then go out for some burgers and lobsters?" And I was like, "Okay, we can be friends." And then I was like, "Oh no, I kind of like him." And then we got married. It was a real modern kind of love and took Bob completely by surprise.
She's a very true, I don't know what you call it. She's just centered. She deserves every honor she could possibly get. I just love her.
I didn't think I'd have a relationship again. I was kind of in that just work, make people happy, and take care of your kids until they're 90 mindset, the comedian confessed. Thankfully, that wasn't the case, and he and Kelly very quickly hit things off. The couple wasn't shy about showcasing their romance on social media. They frequently shared sweet moments from their trips and adventures together, including New York, Cabo San Lucas, and Las Vegas. In 2017, Bob surprised his fans by announcing his engagement to Kelly. He shared the news by posting a photo of the two at a restaurant with some of their close friends, where his bride-to-be was seen wearing a diamond solitaire engagement ring. As it turns out, the comedian admitted that he didn't think his proposal was ideal. "We were up in Big Sur, and I had the ring in the safe, and we were watching Stranger Things on the iPad, and I paused it. What's more romantic than Stranger Things? We had no idea anyone can make Stranger Things romantic, but Bob did. He proposed to her, and she said yes." When the couple celebrated their 2-year anniversary of being a couple, Rizzo took to Instagram to gush over her man. She wrote, "2 years with this guy today. The story goes, when he proposed, he got on one knee and said, 'I want to spend whatever years I have left with you.' I made him rephrase it, of course, but seriously, I can't wait to spend countless years of love and laughter with you at Bob Saget. Okay, that's enough mushiness." And of course, Bob was more than happy to gush about his new bride-to-be. "She's a great person. Most miraculously of all, she understands me and I understand her, and she's very pure of heart. I can't believe anyone understands me." The couple couldn't have been happier, and Kelly shared that Bob treated her like a princess and there was never a dull moment between them. "He's just so wonderful, so fun." They said their official I do's at a star-studded ceremony in California in 2018, and everything was perfect. Leading up to the big day, Saget played a big part in the planning. Kelly admitted that she didn't spend much time planning the wedding because it wasn't really her thing, but Bob was very hands-on when it came to all the special details, which is probably the most romantic thing we've ever heard of. And, of course, all that planning paid off. Saget summed up the big day quite nicely on Instagram. "Okay, so we went and did it, and damn are we happy," he wrote. Bob also shared that his daughters love Kelly, and they all get along very well, so they welcome their new stepmother with open arms. He added, "I'm happier today, and I'm the youngest 61-year-old I know."
I'm 61, but I'm kind of like a 30-year-old naked.
Over the next year, the couple proudly shared their love, posting a Valentine's Day pic, a snap from a date night, a birthday tribute, trips together, and even more adventures. But in 2020, their year was a little less eventful, since they spent most of their time in quarantine together. But there's nothing better than isolating with your one true love. At least, that's how Bob felt. The couple shared snaps of themselves together with their fans on social media to let them know how they were doing. Kelly called Bob her quarantine bestie and sent everyone love during the tough time. She also thanked her husband for being able to talk her out of her constant hypochondria, which we can't help but think is very sweet. While in quarantine, the pair started making reels and TikToks together before venturing back outside for some socially distanced dates. They continued making cute videos in 2021, many of which Rizzo compiled into an end-of-year post. "Another year of fun with this one," she captioned the clip, which was shared in December 29 and marked her last post with Saget. Their marriage was filled with an abundance of love and laughter, but it was tragically cut short after only 6 years together. On the 9th of January, Bob died in his hotel at just 65 years old. While the cause behind his sudden passing was unknown, a recent report revealed that the actor passed away peacefully in his sleep. Just the night before, he had performed a stand-up gig in California. After his performance, he tweeted about how happy he was to be back on stage. He was supposed to be on a flight home to his wife the next morning, but he never made it. Kelly was devastated.
He was just so wonderful. I was just so honored to be his wife and to be able to be a part of it and bring him any bit of happiness that I could, because he deserved it so much.
Following the funeral, Kelly took to social media to express her sadness, but also to highlight that she plans to keep a tight hold of her happy memories of her late husband. Sharing a photo of herself smiling alongside Bob on Instagram, Kelly wrote, "My sweet husband. After much reflection this week, I'm trying, really trying, to not think I was robbed of time, but instead to think, how lucky was I that I got to be the one to be married to the most incredible man on earth." She concluded, "Honey, I love you more than anything, forever." Following the news of his death, thousands of people shared their shock and devastation over the news. John Stamos, one of Bob's best friends, tweeted, "I'm broken. I am gutted. I am in complete and utter shock. I will never, ever have another friend like him. I love you so much, Bobby." Several other celebrities like Jim Carrey, Whoopi Goldberg, Neil Patrick Harris, and so many more all shared their sympathies and added that he was kind, generous, caring, and funny.
The sweetest. And Bob was the sweetest. He was the sweetest man. I'm sorry I taped this like 14 times and I just...
There's no doubt that Bob made an impact on everyone that crossed his path, and his loss was felt all around the world. There's no way anyone could understand the weight of Kelly's loss. We couldn't begin to imagine how terrible it must be to have lost the love of her life so suddenly. They only had 6 years together, and all their plans for their future together were stripped away from them without warning. We're sending the Saget family our most sincere condolences and all the strength they need to get through this terrible time. If there's one thing we can take out of Bob's story, it's that you should never give up on love because you never know where you could find it. Life is unpredictable, so do the things that make you happy and bring you joy. Tell the special people in your life that you love them, because nothing is more important than that.